I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I simply picked up my baby, opened the window to let the smoke escape, and walked out of the room. But Donna wasn't done. Not even close. 2 minutes later, she marched into the living room where I was sitting with Hannah cradled in my arms. Her voice thundered through the house. "Michael, get out here now!" My husband rushed from the kitchen, wiping his hands on a towel. "What happened?" Donna pointed at me like she'd caught me stealing diamonds. "Your wife just ordered me out of your daughter's room like I'm some criminal." My jaw dropped. "Donna, what? I didn't order you." "She told me to get out." Donna cut in loudly. "She thinks I'm poisoning the baby. Can you believe this disrespect?" Michael ran a hand through his hair, stressed already. "Honey," he said to me, "why didn't you just talk nicely?" I couldn't believe my ears. Talk nicely? I literally begged her not to smoke next to Hannah. "Oh, now I'm a liar." Michael hesitated. That hesitation hurt more than anything. He believed her, at least a little. "Mom, maybe just don't smoke inside. It's okay." "No," she shouted. "I will not be treated like a stranger in this house." And then she did something unbelievable. She grabbed her purse, took out her phone, dialed a number, and said loudly, "I want you here. Now." Michael frowned. "Mom, who are you calling?" Donna lifted her chin proudly. "My private security." "Your what?" And before we could say a word, 2 tall men in black uniforms arrived at our doorstep within 10 minutes. Yes, she actually called her private security team to protect her from me. They stood at the doorway like bodyguards on a mission. Donna crossed her arms triumphantly. If she thinks she can disrespect me, embarrass me, and treat me like I'm nothing, then she can answer to them. Michael turned pale. I felt my stomach twist. My baby fussed in my arms, sensing the tension. And then, Michael did the worst thing he could possibly do. He stepped toward his mother. "Mom, I'm sorry you felt that way. She shouldn't have spoken to you like that. We'll make sure it doesn't happen again." I froze. He defended her. Against me. And that was the moment my heart cracked. I stopped talking, stopped arguing, stopped defending myself. Instead, I watched. I observed, and oh, what I discovered shook me to my core. For days, Donna strutted around the house like she owned it. Michael followed her every wish like an obedient soldier, and I felt invisible, isolated, blamed. One night, I overheard Donna on the phone. She whispered, but the walls were thin enough. Yes, he still thinks I'll leave him the lake house. That's why he obeys. He doesn't know the truth." I froze. She continued, "I've never changed the will. He believes what I want him to believe. That's how I control him." My eyes widened. She was manipulating him, emotionally, financially, psychologically. The next morning, I found bank statements in the trash, documents she intended to hide but forgot to shred. She wasn't wealthy. She was drowning in debt. Every month, she took thousands from Michael under the excuse of medical expenses and home repairs. And he trusted her so much that he never questioned a thing. Now it made sense. The domination, the entitlement, the rage whenever I challenged her authority. This wasn't about smoking. This was about losing control of her son and the money. I knew I needed to talk to Michael privately. That night, after Donna went to sleep, I sat beside him and said, "There's something you need to see." The words flew out of my mouth. Before I even knew what I was saying, my heart pounded, my palms trembled, and every muscle in my body tightened. Because right there, right next to the crib where my newborn daughter slept, my mother-in-law lit a cigarette. Not near the window, not outside, inside the baby's room. The soft little breaths of my daughter, Hannah, rose and fell, completely unaware of the growing tension in the room. Her tiny fingers curled near her cheek, peaceful, innocent, and exposed to something dangerous. Smoke. My mother-in-law, Donna, didn't even flinch. She took a slow drag and exhaled like she was in some dramatic movie scene. Her eyes narrowed with irritation. "What?" she snapped. "It's just one cigarette." I could feel the anger rise, hot and uncontrollable. "Donna," I said, voice shaking, "you can't smoke here. The baby is sleeping. Please, go outside." She scoffed. Actually scoffed. "I raised 3 boys with cigarettes in the same house. They're fine. You young mothers dramatize everything." I clenched my fists so hard my nails dug into my skin. Because this wasn't about dramatic. This was about my baby. "Please," I repeated, swallowing hard. "Her lungs are delicate. Just this once, go outside." She glared at me with such intensity that for a moment I felt like I was the child. "You don't tell me what to do in my son's house," she said sharply. And that sentence, that one sentence, was the spark that lit a fire I never expected. Because this wasn't just about smoking. This was about control, boundaries, and a mother-in-law who believed she owned the place and her son.